Your hand finds my wrist, pulse jumping like it knows where this goes. Storefronts close their eyes, but we walk, eyes open, real slow. Walk me home. Don't hurry the corner, don't rush that door. Walk me home. Each little step says I want you more. Walk me home. Let the whole world fade behind us. Walk me home. Every block, every breath, just us. Crosswalk blinking red. We linger in the middle of the road. You lean in almost. Your whisper drawing maps on my throat. Taxi horns complain, but we drift like we stole in the night. Your thumb on my spine, small circle setting everything alight. Walk me home. Don't hurry the corner, don't rush that door. Walk me home. Each little step says I want you more. Walk me home. Let the whole world fade behind us. Walk me home. Every block, every breath, just us. Wrong turn on purpose, past my street 2, 3 times. You say, guess I'm lost. I say, stay lost in my eyes. Walk me home. Don't hurry the corner, don't rush that door. Walk me home. Each little step says I want you more. Walk me home. Let the whole world fade behind us. Walk me home. Every block, every breath, just us. Doorstep, low voices, keys in my hand. Still not sure. You trace my knuckles. Ask, one more block, or your floor. Walk me home. Walk me home. Walk me home. Walk me home. Thursday night at 9 o'clock, he takes his usual place. Whiskey neath the same bar stool, I memorize his face. My corner table's waiting, Malbec already poured. Lorenzo knows our pattern, we never say a word. He folds his paper carefully, I open up my book, but every line I'm reading is an excuse to look. 2 fingers on his whiskey glass, his thumb beneath the base. He never stays past midnight, we never leave this space. We're creatures of habit, slave to this design. Close enough to want it, too scared to cross the line. the regular and me. I've studied all his details, the loosening of his tie, the way he runs his fingers through his hair when he's tired. He watches in the mirror when I cross my legs, when I laugh at my book, though I haven't turned the page. Lorenzo fills my glass again. Esta noche, quizás. I shake my head like always. No, no es el momento, no. But when, if not tonight, if not after all these weeks, we've built this perfect prison where neither of us sleeps. We're creatures of habit, slaves to this design, close enough to want it, too scared to cross the line. Every Thursday evening, right in the same seat, the regular and me. Last month when you stood, you had to pass by mine share. Excuse me, was your opening? I breathed your cedar air. Your hand could have lingered, my eyes could have met yours. Though we're so good at this dance now, we couldn't break the like it always does. You settle up your tab while I pretend the cuss. You'll put your jacket on, I'll tell my unread page. You'll walk past close enough to feel but not engage. Good night, you say to him, Lorenzo at the bar. Not to me, never me, we've kept ourselves safely apart. But next week, Thursday night, at 9 o'clock again, we'll play our parts perfectly, this story with no end. We're creatures of habit, slaves to this design, close enough to want it, too scared to cross the line. Dead. We're both in sync. Oh, but I hear him say he's right. We're both afraid, but I'll see you Thursday, 9 o'clock. The regular. He does the golden hour trick, where everyone looks like they never believe. She's 3 tables over, stirring nothing. He's 2 chairs away, forgetting to leave. Her laugh is a little too loud for the room. He folds his receipt into something with wings. I've seen this particular kind of beautiful mess. 2 people afraid of the simplest of things. She put on the earrings she almost left home. that whisper maybe, perhaps. He shifts when she moves like a compass that's stuck. Like wanting is something you only do in halves. She touches her collarbone, stalling for time. He turns his glass but never drinks. Pobrecitos, it isn't that complicated. It never is, no matter what anyone thinks. Díselo, before the waiter brings the check. Díselo, before you fold this into what if and regret. I can see it from here, her pulse, your hands. Two people who rehearsed everything except the only word that lands. Díselo. He reaches for the bill, of course he does. She glances at her phone like someone's there. The same retreat, the same choreography. Like courage is a coat they didn't wear. Hey, to her coffee's been cold for an hour. She didn't stay this long for the view. It's not a riddle, not a labyrinth. It's just a word, just walk it through. I could write their whole year from here. The rain they'll blame for standing close. The second night, the real laugh, the morning she steals the shirt he loves the most. But none of that begins if he stays polite, and she pretends the evening's through, and they both walk out correct, composed, the way the timid always do. Díselo, before the waiter brings the check. Díselo, before you fold this thing to what if and regret. I can see it from here, her close, your hands. Two people who rehearsed everything except the only word that lands. Díselo. La cuenta, por favor. I leave them there, still circling. Que lástima, it was never that hard. It was never that hard. It was never that hard. Díselo. I saw him from the bar, the way he didn't look on purpose. Jacket off, sleeves turned twice. man who knew his worth and surface. He danced the first tango with the girl in green. She was good, he made her better. And it stung the way he held the room, like every step was his love letter. Second tango, eyes on mine, not invitation, diagnosis. I set my glass down slow. I never rushed toward a crisis. Already walking, already near, arriving like a phrase I didn't start.
Bailamos.
A dare dressed as courtesy, his art. Pecho sin piedad. He pressed my harder. I stole the beat, he stole it back. Every step rewrote the author. But the velvet always falls. The curtain no one asked to draw. One tender built and one tender gone. Like Cortina, the cruelest law. Technique, just a question. Who loses grip? Who breaks first? His chest against mine was a language, and my answer made it worse. It put me back across the absence. I went on faith, his arm, my arc. For one bright beat I wasn't leading, just falling silent to the dark. Architecture held its games. I held the board, I set the pins. But he wasn't trying to outplay me. He simply matched me sin for sin. And la penumbra, he didn't look away. That's the hand you can't refuse. You can outrun someone wanting, not your own ghost in borrowed shoes. Sweat on my throat, his breath still perfectly composed, más compuesto que yo. The cruelest confession. It's a Tuesday, it's November. I know exactly what this is. 9 years ago tonight I struck the match. Told you safe was just another word for small. You stood there in the door like you expected it, like you've been waiting for the fall. I packed my Cortazar off your shelf, a scarf you bought me in Montevideo. You said nothing while I made my little speech about needing fire, needing vertigo. And when I'd finished burning every bridge, when I'd used the cruelest words that I could find, you touched my face, still warm, still you, and offered me the only phrase I can't leave behind. Llámame si quieres. Like I didn't just burn it down. You held steady through my fire, smiling, not making a sound. I called you safe like it was a flaw. Built myself a bonfire from our past. Safety doesn't boil blood, but does it make a love that lasts? Llámame si quieres. Llámame. Aniversario, cortamos. Se ha apagado la llama, or maybe I'm the one who blew it out. Midnight again, the same clock, the same wine, the same woman, asking the same question to the same quiet room. Seen having digits I don't need to find. I could dial you with my eyes closed tight. My fingers kept what I was trying to lose. My thumbs still know you, muscle not the mind. I went and found my fire by the way. I met in Buenos Aires, one in Rome. Gorgeous, damaged, beautiful mistakes. Not one of them ever felt like home. You would've liked my apartment now. The books, the window where the draft comes in. Dapper dim, middle face down on the floor. The wine stain on the counter wearing thin. I tell myself this night means less each year. That November's just a month, and Tuesday is just a day. But here I am again at 2 a.m. rehearsing all the things I'll never say. Llámame si quieres. Like I didn't just burn it down. You held steady through my fire, smiling, not making a sound. I called you safe like it was a flaw. Built myself a bonfire from our past. 'Cause safety doesn't boil blood, but does it make a love that lasts? Llámame si quieres. Llámame. Buenas noches, mi vida. Not to you, to the version of me who almost pressed send. I was so close tonight. Casi, casi. fog is climbing up 18th Street, a white lace shroud for the city's heat. I'm leaning on the brick, tasting the salt air, while the ghost of the tango follows us there. You smell like espresso and expensive mistakes, and I'm counting the rhythm your heartbeat makes against the silk of my blouse. Despacio, let the silence house us now. My accent rounds the edges of your name, a little bit of Chelsea, a little San Telmo flame. Don't look for the logic, don't look for the light, just be the anchor in my sea. A secret we're not ready to tell. Bésame lento under the mission bell. We're not in a hurry, we've got nowhere to land. Just the weight of the world in the palm of your hand. Let the gears of the city grind to a low. We've got all the time. Todo el tiempo to let it go. I remember the shadows on Avenida de Mayo, the way the wind felt in the canyons of Soho. The humidity hung like a curtain of glass, watching the seasons in the stranger's past. But here in the dam where the eucalyptus sighs, I see all three versions of me in your eyes. Your fingers are tracing the light of my jaw, finding the cracks, ignoring the flaw. It's the almost that kills me, the nearly that fills me. No divas, nada. The air is heavy, the wine is deep, and I have promises I don't wanna keep. Hold the breath between us, like a secret we're not ready to tell. Bésame lento under the mission bell. We're not in a hurry, we've got nowhere to land. Just the weight of the world in the palm of your hand. Let the gears of the city grind too low. We've got all the time. Todo el tiempo to let it go. Bésame despacio. The fog is closing in. One more block. Where do we begin? Todo el tiempo. it's late and I'm composing you again, the way I do when the city goes still. Your hands I borrowed from a cellist in June, your mouth from a man on a train in Seville. Your voice is the low one from that hotel bar, the one who spoke like smoke through a door. I never learned his name, I didn't need to. A name would make you less than what you are. Rain, a Sunday when a stranger held the awning wide. I took the gesture, left the man beneath it. Some people are more useful as a slide. Your laugh, I found it on the 9 this autumn. A woman actually 3 seats away. I gave it to you anyway, mi Boceto. You wear it better than she did that day. Te estoy escribiendo, draft after draft after draft, and you're almost perfect. You're always almost perfect. That's the craft. Boceto, my beautiful unfinished man. I keep you in the margins where revision never lands. I've drawn you close 1,000 nights, erased you by the morning light. Boceto, if I finish you, you disappear. So I hold the pen but never write you here. I gave you the walk of a man I once followed, 6 blocks through the mission before I turned home. He never knew that's what made it so perfect. The best of you is what I've stolen alone. Your silence I compose from my own wanting. The pause between your breath is where I live. I wrote you patient, I wrote you unafraid, I wrote you everything I'll never give. Some nights you're so vivid, I can feel the weight, the dip of the mattress that nobody makes. Your fingertip tracing my shoulder slow, an architect building on the smallest of aches. I whisper to you in my mother's Spanish, the one I say for things I'll never say. You always understand, of course you do. I wrote you fluent in the things I can't convey. The cellist hands would disappoint me now. The man in Seville probably snores. The stranger with the awning has a life that has nothing to do with yours. You're better than the sum of what I've taken, more tender than the parts could ever be. The only man who'll never say the wrong thing, because the only voice you have is me. Esa es la trampa, ¿no? That's the trap. Boceto, my beautiful unfinished man. I keep you in the margins where revision never lands. I've drawn you close 1,000 nights, erased you by the morning light. Boceto, if I finish you, you disappear. So I hold the pen but never write you here. One day I'll meet someone real, and he'll do something you never could. Surprise me, but not tonight. Tonight I'm still sketching. Hasta mañana, mi boceto, casi terminado. He's got a red eye and a reason to go. I got a hotel and a night to burn. We met where the terminal meets the city. 2 strangers fluent in the point of no return. turn. His jacket's on my chair, his flight's at 6. Mine's at dawn, a different gate, a different sky. 4 hours is a country if you spend it right. And I have never been the woman who lets a country pass her by. The lamp fell first, my hip or his hand. We laughed like it was someone else's room. His mouth on my neck finding scriptures. My back against the wall becoming a tomb of handprints. Neither one of us will clean. His suitcase on the floor, my clothes on his. The minibar still humming like a witness to the beautiful catastrophe this is. Todavía, the clock is dead. Todavía, 4 hours a year, my bet I'm not stretching. I'm on fire, give me the hours, give me a fever. Todavía, we don't stop, even when we tire. His collar torn, that was me, not sorry. The curtains pulled, but not enough to hide. Below us, all the ordinary people are crossing bridges with their ordinary strides. They're heading home to quiet kitchens, to the gentle, ordinary way things end. And I could weep for how that doesn't tempt me. So instead I pull him close and start again. His flight's at 6, I know. My fingerprints are making claims I won't repeat. The windows fog from what we've built in here. A tiny empire made of smoke and heat. He finds the bruise already blooming on my thigh. I find the scratch I left across his back. We're architects of damage, him and me. Drawing maps we'll never need to read or take back. I chose this, I choose it again. A man already mid-departure, not despite the leaving. Because of it, I don't love the man, I love the disappearing. No morning, ask me what this meant. Dawn does not negotiate, and that's exactly how I need it to be. Isn't it? Todavía, the clock is dead. Todavía, 4 hours a year, my bet I'm not stretching. I'm on fire, give me the hours, give me the fever. Todavía, we don't stop, even when we tire. I say it first, I always leave first. Que te vaya bien, que te vaya todavía, todavía. Another year performed in sequence. Another midnight, someone else's kiss. I know every face in this apartment, and not a single one I'd miss. The champagne's doing all the talking. The music's doing all the work. I'm by the window with my Malbec, watching the room alert. Marina's laughing with her ex again. Carlos has his hand on someone new. The balcony is full of resolutions that won't survive a week or two. I've made my rounds, I've played my part, but cheeks, the que linda estás tonight. My shoes are already planning the exits, my coat already holding the door inside. Se acabó el boceto, when there's nothing left to sketch in anyone. Que diré to another midnight come and gone. The window's cold, the wine is warm, the year is almost through. 11:50 and I'm reaching for my glass, the final prop before I disappear. And in the room does something unexplained. It parts the way a curtain parts, and he's just there. I don't know his name, I don't know his voice. He's standing by the bookshelf with a drink he hasn't touched, and his eyes find mine the way a key finds a lock. It wasn't cut for, but turns anyway. Something in my chest forgets its rhythm. Something in my hand sets down the glass. I hear the click of crystal on the wood, not carefully, not the way I set things down, just gone without a decision, like my body knows a thing my mind does not. And I'm walking, I don't know why I'm walking, the sound of old paper and wood dust rising. The room is loud and I can't hear it. Someone says my name and I don't turn. It's just a bookshelf and the man, and whatever's pulling me across the longest 15 feet I've ever crossed. Se acabó el boceto. I don't have it. I don't have a single word. 6 feet away, he sees me coming. He does a step back, 5, 4. The room is counting 10, 9, 8. But my blood is at 0, 3, 2. He smiles, another dare, just a smile. I open